Okay, you got me. Hytale doesn't need fishing, but it has a lot to gain from having a fishing system that's actually engaging and fun to interact with. A lot of games try to make fishing interesting, and honestly, most of them kind of miss the mark. So in this video, I want to take a look at how fishing works in a few different games, what they get right, what they get wrong, and what an ideal fishing system in Hytale could look like. Let's start with the game Hytale is most often compared to, Minecraft. Minecraft has one of the most bare-bones fishing systems out there. You craft a fishing rod, you cast it, you wait, and then you click. That's basically the entire mechanic. Yes, you can enchant your rod to catch more fish, more often, or to increase the chances of rare drops, but at its core, fishing in Minecraft is almost entirely passive. It works, and it serves its purpose, but it's not exactly engaging. And while that's fine for Minecraft, I really hope Hytale aims for something much deeper than this. Next up is Sea of Thieves, which already takes fishing a big step further. Unlike Minecraft, Sea of Thieves actually asks something of the player. You still have a simple fishing rod, but catching a fish means reacting to its movement, managing tension, and making sure the line doesn't snap when the fish starts pulling. On top of that, different fish require different types of bait, specific fish live in specific regions, and even the weather affects what type of fish you can catch. There's also an entire emissary, the Hunter's Call, built around fishing, cooking fish, and turning them in for a reputation. All of these smaller mechanics combine to make fishing feel like a real system instead of a background activity, and it's way more engaging because of it. Then there's Terraria, which blends a lot of these ideas together. Fishing in Terraria is mechanically simple, you cast and reel like Minecraft, but the depth comes from everything around it. Biomes affect what fish you can catch, and bait, fishing rods, and held items all influence your fishing power, which determines the likelihood of catching rarer fish. If you really lean into fishing, you can even replace other progression systems entirely. You can fish up crates that contain ores, coins, potions, and even special items only obtainable through fishing, letting fishing stand on its own as a legitimate playstyle. On top of that, the Angler NPC gives daily fishing quests that reward you for hunting down specific fish. Terraria proves that fishing can be more than just a side activity, but it also shows how easily it can become too powerful if it replaces too much of the core game. Next is Stardew Valley. Mechanically, I don't think Stardew's fishing system translates very well to Hytale. It's very minigame heavy, and that doesn't really fit the kind of sandbox experience Hytale seems to be aiming for. But where Stardew absolutely shines is its purpose. Different fish are used in specific quests, fishing is an upgradable skill, there are multiple fish-based dishes you can cook, crab pots allow for passive collection of sea creatures, fishing ties directly into progression, cooking, and even your relationships with NPCs. This sense of purpose is something Hytale could really benefit from. So if you combine the best parts of all these games, what would an ideal Hytale fishing system look like? First, an active fishing mechanic similar to Sea of Thieves, something that requires player input and feels satisfying instead of just waiting and clicking. Add in a bait system like Terraria and Sea of Thieves, where different fish prefer different bait, along with biome and salt versus freshwater specific fish. Include some special items only attainable through fishing, but keep them limited so fishing doesn't completely replace other progression paths. Bring in fish-based cooking, crab pots, and NPC quests like Stardew Valley has, giving fishing a clear purpose beyond just collecting items. Fish dishes could even be gifted to NPCs to increase your reputation. And for players who just don't enjoy fishing, because let's be honest, it's not everyone's cup of tea, include fish traps or nets so fishing can be done passively without forcing anyone into a full system. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more Hytale speculation, system design talk, and deep dives like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I've got a lot more Hytale content coming as we get closer to release. Alright, last big idea. I watched a video recently titled, Why Mojang Struggles to Design Ecologies by Klei Wright, where he explains how Minecraft struggles to make mobs truly feel alive. I strongly suggest you go watch this video. I'll link it in the description. But it got me thinking. One thing I think Hytale has a huge opportunity to do, and this is where it could really stand apart, is functional ecology. A lot of sandbox games, especially Minecraft, can feel very static. The world exists, but it doesn't really react to how you interact with it. Fishing in Hytale could be a perfect place to change that. For example, fish could naturally gather around underwater structures, like sunken trees, reefs, or shipwrecks, making certain locations better fishing spots than others. If you spend too long fishing in one area, catches could slow down, encouraging players to move on and explore new waters instead of standing in one spot forever. There could even be simple population mechanics, like catching fish that are carrying eggs, where choosing to keep or release them has a small impact on future spawns. Not in a punishing way, but in a way that makes the world feel responsive. Players could also influence this directly by creating underwater habitats, placing certain blocks, plants, or structures that could attract fish over time, turning fishing into something you actively shape rather than just passively farm. None of this needs to be overly complex. Even light ecology systems like these would make fishing feel dynamic, immersive, and connected to the world, instead of just another activity on a checklist. Let me know what you think of these fishing ideas. And let me know what you'd like to see out of Hytale's fishing system when they finally add it. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.